G'day viewers. Okay, as you see, everything's turned off, nothing's running. We're going to do a startup from cold and dark, which means we're pretty much going to turn everything on. Okay, here we go. Now it's run by two computers plus the iPad for the, that's technically the overhead. It should be up there, but as you see, nowhere to put it. Well, you might not be able to see up there, but there's nowhere to put it, so I'll just set it right there. Alright, I'm going to turn it on. The two computers are inside this rack cabinet here. I'm not sure if you can see that. So I'll turn them on. There's one. There's two. Close that again to stop all the noise. Okay. So it takes a minute to fire everything up. So in the meantime, there we go. And with the overhead running, make sure everything's where it should be. Just in case you're wondering why this other throttle's here, it's difficult to get out of there and I'm too damn lazy, so I just use it to hang my headset when I'm not using it. That's where that normally sits. Okay, so the primary computer's running, so we'll log into the second computer. I use a program called TeamViewer to get into the second computer. There's nowhere to put the keyboard and mouse for it, so I just leave it in the rack cabinet down there. In the meantime, I'll get SPAD running. Yep, everything looks like it's all ready to go. Alright, that's running. Now the flight simulator I use is FSX on Steam. So I have to log into Steam. I don't know a short way to do that, so here we go. Just got to do it slowly. 1 second. I've got the authenticator popping up on the camera. Yeah, I'm amused. Alright, so there's Steam. Alright, so I've fired up Flight Sim. It takes a minute to fire up. Alright, so now we pick a location. I'm just gonna go with the default flight, which is programmed, which puts me in Melbourne in a -8. Park and brakes on, throttles down, flaps up, speed brake up. We're almost there, folks. Alright, now as you see, it's only occupying one screen. That's because I've got to get my other gauges, put them down there, and then I can spread it across. Alright, so I'll do that. Okay, we've got that all set up, and I'm using the wrong audio again. That's alright. You can't hear anything because I've got the sound going to the wrong device. I'll fix that up now. Damn, that's quiet. Let's make it a little bit louder. Alright, you can probably almost hear that. Alright, so what I do now is I extend it. Alright, there we go. We're all set to go. We can do I'll just move that. Alright. So let's do a circuit at Melbourne Airport. There's no tower control, so we don't have to worry about tower. We don't have to worry about getting permission to do this, so let's just do it. So that's the aircraft we're in, a -8 twin engine 78 passenger aircraft. I don't need to set the radio, but I just do it out of habit. I like to do it just in case I'm online. Hang on, folks. Boy. All right. We're probably not going to use the autopilot for this one, but let's just set it for 5,000 feet anyway. And the auto throttle will set for 230. Alright, so the autopilot's ready to go. And we're almost at the end of runway 27, runway 27, which runs at 273 degrees, I think it is. Alright, let's go. Throttle up to about 70-75%, give or take. Start rolling, the engine spools up. Let's go full throttle now. And rotate. Up we go. Let's gear up, flaps up. The bank angle's a little excessive. That's because we don't have any passengers on board, no one to bitch and complain about it. Let's have a look around. There's the airport behind us. Waiting for the graphics to finish loading. There we go. Yeah. Let's try and come in on runway 16. Let's slow it down just a little bit. Drop the gear again. Okay, we're above the glide slope, so we've got to descend a little bit. Down, 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 that's better. Alright, let's see if we can land on runway 16. There's the runway. on the middle screen. Still a little bit too high, that's what those white lights mean. When they're half white and half red, that means we're about the right altitude for the distance. But right now we're just a little bit too high, so we're descending a little bit. There we go, now they're starting to turn red. And when they're all red, it means we're too low. Alright, we're at the right altitude. Let's trim. Okay, so we're at a good speed, about 130 knots. Good altitude for the distance. The speed brake. Just a little right of centre. Alright, so we're doing 130 knots. And almost there, almost there. Come on, get down. Okay, we're on the runway. Cut the throttle, hit the reverse, speed brake on the brakes as well, on the pedals. Alright, 60 knots, cut the reverse thrusters and just come to a stop. There we go folks, cold and dark start and a quick circuit. I hope you enjoyed it.